Welcome to Podcast of Podcasts. We're here with me, Judd, hello, and Nick, and Loogie Master Brony, and it's just Austin. And today we're talking about Rainbow Dash Presents and how great of a show it is. And woo! Oh no.
Phenomenal.
That was good.
Yes.
That worked.
Yes.
Great.
So,
Right.
Rainbow
Got
Dash Presents, if you don't know, is a series on YouTube where this guy named Don Somewhere, originally he was named Flim Flam, I don't know, something like that. He made a series before Rainbow Dash Presents called the Mentally Advanced series, but he basically did the same characters from that, but he put it in a fan fiction format where he parodied a bunch of fan fiction. I mean, I guess you could call it classic, but you know, it's very to the interpretation of the people. He basically just parodied My Little Pony fan fiction, and they were in this sort of animation crossed with kind of storyboard. Animatic. It's like an animatic, but colored. Basically. And it did have some animation in some scenes. As the series went on, it had more and more animation. You could definitely tell that the quality got so much better, because if you compare the first episode Bubbles to the 10th episode, which is Star in Yellow, you can clearly see that it got so much better. So the guy who actually drew the pictures, or I guess animated it, was Peterup, and he was an artist, and he did all the character design. You know, he did all that. So I guess gonna go through it and review.
We're going through each episode.
Yes,
Yep.
we're going through each episode, starting with Bubbles.
We're gonna get this. We're gonna get this on the show on the road, baby.
Okay. I
Yeah.
have seen all of Rainbow Dash Presents.
I saw like
Same.
one and don't even remember which one I saw. So this will be interesting for me.
Yes, we
I've
have
seen a
Austin
good
here.
handful of them. It's just I haven't.
I'm
seen
just
them
like
in
the
a
most
while, so-
uneducated person in like the universe. It's fine.
I've seen Rainbow Dash Presents 3 times.
I have only seen it once. So clearly we have a nice variety of I cannot speak. Familiarity with Rainbow Dash Presents. Yes,
Yes.
I'm leaving that in. That's hilarious.
Yes.
Good job.
We're clearly professionals.
Hey, you fucking get it there, buddy. Don't want you now.
So, alright, Bubbles is basically, an episode of Rainbow Dash Presents where focuses on, Derpy Hooves, and it's literally, the only way I can explain it is, it starts out with her life, but then slowly as the episode goes on, her parents, Derpy's parents, change into Rainbow Dash's parents. And it slowly evolves from Derpy's story, at least I think, to Rainbow Dash's story, pretty much.
Yeah. Bubbles is the only episode that I've actually seen the original fan fiction for. It's definitely a very interesting take on the fan fiction. It's a much more comedic take. The original fan fiction was supposed to be like very dark and depressing.
Gotta love being able to take something dark and depressing and turn it into a comedy. That's why I
I
laugh.
know, right?
So that's why I laugh so much at the new Joker movie.
The original fan fiction had a lot of subtext about like an abusive mother, and at the end, he actually gets abandoned in the forest.
Wow. That's
Cheerful.
Really?
Wow. Holy sh- That's freaking
If you haven't read the original fan fiction, the hospital. You remember when they go to the hospital in the original fan fiction? That was actually because Derpy's mother tried to poison her.
What the
Huh.
what?
Wow, that's dark.
What the hell?
Okay then.
Rainbow
Okay.
Dash presents.
This is what people. I read the fan fiction.
Rainbow Dash presents a gruesome tale about a lot of social commentary that nobody has the guts to get into very often.
True.
I think Bubbles is probably the weakest of the Rainbow Dash Presents episodes, in my opinion.
Most definitely, most definitely. I mean, it's funny. I really like the way that narrates in this one. The way kind of expresses like the words. For instance, I like the part where Derpy pees on the floor in the classroom. I like
Yes, childhood embarrassment. We've all been through it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the colors with the chickens is funny.
I feel like this show hadn't really found its identity by that point. It feels very different from the other 9 episodes.
Yeah, I
There are
mean, the
9
art,
episodes.
I think, kind of
goddamn.
reflects that too. I mean, I do like the art style from that, but just kind of
Yeah.
like basic first episode kind of syndrome thing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, alright. I mean, yeah, but you know, not all series have basic first episodes because I'm gonna go a bit off topic, but look at regular Toad's first episode. The Power. That was a great first episode. Well, in my opinion, because it showed the characters what happens, how their world's insane, like the keyboard, piano, and how they go on insane, crazy adventures.
I remember that. That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, radio show's my favorite show.
I've never seen the regular show.
Oh, what the fuck?
I've only
man?
seen-
You gotta go
I've-
watch it.
I've seen the first 2 seasons. I still haven't finished it though. Still need to watch more of that.
I don't
watched, like,
actually watch a lot of television.
I watched the first few seasons of regular show and then stopped and then came back for the final season. It was like,
The ending's sad, man. I was like, what?
let's
All right.
let's not talk
Yeah.
about the final season though. Come on.
Yeah.
How do we
yeah.
how do we get to talking about regular show?
I,
Bubbles.
We were talking about intros,
Bubbles.
like the
Derpy.
first episodes being basics.
yeah.
There's not really much to say about the first episode. I don't think.
I
It's-
like how Rainbow Dash says really fast, but she doesn't say it like that. She says it really fast like that. So I'm just looking here. I mean, there's really not much to say. Oh, except in the middle of the episode, it starts revealing that Derpy's parents start literally turning into Dash's parents. And by the end of it, they're literally Dash's parents. Also, in this episode, kind of explains why Dash is bad with kids and why the court thing not to be near children because they always screw with stuff and then Dash gets in trouble. Should we go on to the next one? I think
Yes,
so
Cupcake.
much better. Cupcake.
Cupcakes.
One I have not seen.
It's
I've
so
heard
good.
of.
It's
I do
so
not remember
good.
it. I've seen it, but I
Alright.
don't remember it that well.
So, let me give you some background. Cupcakes is a fan fiction that is so violent that I legitimately could not listen to the whole thing. I had to legitimately stop it. Because I was like, nope, this is too gross.
All right, to
What?
give like more context as to the original MOP creepypasta or Grimdark fanfic, Cupcakes I believe was the very first one. It's about Pinkie Pie killing Rainbow Dash and putting her into cupcakes. And it's like reveals like, oh, she's done this to other characters in the show, like characters who disappeared and haven't returned. I think like Trixie was one of them, as well as Gilda, I think, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly. But it's the first MOP creepypasta of all time, basically.
Well,
Yeah,
no, I
the
think
Rainbow
it's-
Dash. The Rainbow Dash presents spins that by basically having Rainbow Dash trying to tell the story, and Pinky's there as like the guest star. She knows what's going to happen, but Rainbow Dash doesn't, and Pinky keeps trying to rush the story forward to the bit where Rainbow Dash gets murdered, and Rainbow Dash keeps like
It's so great.
Go on.
keeps just being Rainbow Dash.
Go on. We're just getting to the best part.
It's so
Go
great.
on.
Yeah.
Don't stop. We're getting to the good part.
This is really funny scene where Pinky's arguing with Mrs. Cake.
Yeah, basically it's like, hey, what if we take Cupcake, but screw with it?
Screw with
A
Pinkie
million
Pie.
times.
Let's take Cupcakes and just have the script screw with Pinkie Pie for 20 minutes so that she
Yeah.
can get what she wants.
Yeah. So,
Take the script,
the first
flip it
thing,
on its head. Even though I've not seen this, so I'm just going off what you guys are saying.
It's not in
So
the script.
basically. So, basically, she starts the story, everything's normal. And, I saw the commentary for this, and the, guy who made the series, this one was mostly the most faithful one that they ever did, and that he really liked this one. So yeah, but basically, Pinkie Pie's trying to kill Rainbow Dash, but then Mrs. Cake is there, and Mrs. Cake's like, "Hey, Pinky, what are you doing?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm just nothing." It's so funny because there's the scene where she's at the top of the stairs and Pinky, and she's like, "Hey, Pinky, what are you doing?" And Pinky looks at her and she's like, "Ah, it's not what it looks like." And it's so funny.
And there's also that subplot with like the romance between Rainbow Dash and Pinky, and Pinky's
yeah.
trying to
wait, really?
Yeah, Rainbow Dash thinks that Pinky wants to like hug her.
Rainbow Dash gets like strapped down, and she thinks that Pinky's trying to come onto her. And it's
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
So, this sounds like a hoot. Sounds like a good
and then at one point in the episode, Pinky sings a romance song, and it's the best part.
Dude, that is the best part.
And nobody picks up on it. Alexa, this is so sad. Play Despacito.
No, so the romance part, the song that they do, it's a parody of wow, what was that song called? See, I forgot. I know what it was. It was. Hang on. I know what it is. Just give me like 5 seconds.
No, just
Okay.
it just turns out it's like that one song nobody remembers the name of, but like always knows the
It's
sax
in
solo.
Guardians of Hooked on the Feeling. It's a parody of Hooked on the Feeling. And you want to know what's funny about this?
Wait, we're thinking of the same one, you know?
Yeah, that one. It's so funny. The parody song. It's freaking hilarious. I wrote the line where he says, Pinky will get you. It turns Pinky on.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's
Oh,
so
well then.
right in the episode. I am dead serious.
Yeah, that's this one line. Pinky brings drugs for you, girl, to put inside your spine. Bruh.
Yeah, Pinky brings stash candy. Get inside her fan. Yeah. But you wanna know what's funny? This series, this episode came out in 2011. So that means that it came out before Guardians of the Galaxy. So take that with what you will. I think
a very
this is a
important
better
fact I didn't know.
version, though. Yeah, I know, right? I think that's kind of better than the original song, though, because it's so funny. It is hilarious. So
It
yeah,
is hilarious.
yeah, yeah, yeah. What is that?
All right.
I'm
So, are there any more thoughts on this episode?
Yeah, when
Next. Next, present.
Next, present.
Oh, we're going.
No,
All
you
right.
just like be real. You
I-
could just
I
be like
got
uber
one
obnoxious with it. Next,
I
Rainbow
got-
Dash present.
I have a couple of points. So a couple of play points is when Rainbow Dash tells Peekaboo to put on Rarity's underwear.
And the Soren outfit.
You
and
can't see
Soren
my face, but I
outfit.
just made a dramatic neck turn towards the.
Yeah. And when Pinky cuts off Dash's wings, she screams. And she's like, "What the heck, man?" And then she says, "I put my name on that wing." And then Pinky crosses it out, and she crosses it out with a freaking pencil.
I forgot that was in there.
A freaking pencil. And then at the end, she kills Rainbow Dash. Rainbow Dash goes, sleeps, and joins the Ghost Wonderbolts.
Yeah, joins the Ghost
What?
Wonderbolt.
That's what happened. That's the episode.
That's canon.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-bum. Sorry, am I allowed to swear? I'll try and keep it to a minimum. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I might have to beat
Ah.
Did you literally
What?
just like interrupt with
I-
that? You're a madman, good sir. You can get the out.
You will never stop me.
You will never get this.
You guys want to know something weird? I wrote notes on this about, like a year ago, pretty much.
Whoa.
It was at the beginning of 2020. And there's a note here that says, things I want to add. The fire is alive in this video. Oh, yeah! Because in this episode, the fire was a gelatinous monster. And they say at the beginning, they're like, don't make eye contact.
I'm not sure if I heard you correctly, but I could swear you just said it'll take a kidney.
What the? What the fuck? I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
Oh my. Okay.
What?
Okay.
All
Next meme. I mean, next present.
episode.
Percent.
This
Next
is
present.
unprofessional enough as it is. Next, present.
You know what?
Somewhere
Who
in the
cares?
you know.
It's a podcast.
Somewhere.
We're supposed to be dumb.
Only we know. I mean, we're not dumb. So this one,
This is the first one I actually liked.
it's
I wasn't a big fan of
really
Bubbles or
weird.
Cupcakes.
This one's really weird. I I have to say this one's a weird one for me. I mean, I like it, right? But I don't like it as much as the other episodes. You
Right
know?
off the
Can I
gate,
sum this one up? I want to sum this one
Yeah,
up.
sure.
So
Go
this one
ahead.
imagines the entire My Little Pony universe as a dream inside of Rainbow Dash's head, and she's just like a normal pony in like I'm not sure what time period this is.
Raise his hand. I need to
I
interject
think
something.
it's what?
This sounds actually super similar. There's a popular theory about the show Friends from back in the 90s. That one. There's a popular theory where Phoebe has just dreamt up everything that the show is in her head, and she's just like this homeless lady on the street. If this is anything like what you just said, I find that funny.
Yeah, so like it imagines the entire show as just being like a dream inside of Rainbow Dash's head, and she's just like a normal work pony. She's just a normal work pony, and like
She just
I
does
don't
her
know,
due
it's the 19th century or something.
Yeah. Something like
Oh, dude,
1800.
right off the
Actually-
gate, I can say the art
1800s.
style is improved over the first one.
Oh,
Also,
So you can
um,
tell like there's like a little bit of a shift.
Yeah, a recurring theme in this show is that any humans are represented as monkeys instead of humans. This is the first time we really see that.
yeah. Oh, and another one is Rainbow Dash breaks her leg, and in one of the commentaries, I think Don somewhere or Greg known, he said that that's because in every fanfic he reads, Rainbow Dash always breaks her wings, so he wanted to change it so she would break her leg. I don't know, I just found that neat. Neat fact of the day.
I've always found it when Pegasi can't fly in My Little Pony, and it's like this big deal, and I'm like, 2/3 of the population can't fly. What do you mean?
Yeah,
Pardon.
I know,
Excuse
right?
me, good sir. But that sounds a tad bit discriminatory. Thank you very much. Yes, my name is Farron.
Imagine they're just like so I have
Presumptuous?
I have a hole in my brain. I can't remember what the word is.
Presumptuous, dickish, asshole-ish.
All of the above.
Kind of just a dick in general, I guess. I don't know. That's too entitled. Perhaps a little bit
Just, like,
egotistical,
privileged, I guess privileged.
privileged.
just-
Yeah, okay.
They're just so the Pegasi are just so privileged that whenever they like break their wings or they can't fly or something, they're just like, where? Can't fly. It's terrible. And the Earth ponies are just like in the corner, just crying.
No, see that I like to imagine a world where it's like the Pegasi when they break their wings, it's like, wow, we can't fly. Unicorns like bust their horns somehow. Wow, we can't do magic. Earth ponies over here like, you guys complaining about, you're just describing our entire existence.
No, the whole world is just depressing except for the Earth ponies. They're having
Yeah,
a happy
'cause
life. Everybody else is just depressed, getting their wings broken, horns snapped.
You know,
Earth pony
so
pride, baby.
that would be a hilarious fan fiction, and then it would just go into like, how would they react?
Breaking news: the breaking news: most powerful races in Equestria have fallen, and the Earth ponies have risen up from the ground. They have emerged.
What?
When
what is that?
Celestia loses her alicorn powers.
Celestia
Earth
finally
pony
gets her ass kicked.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait, yeah,
No,
what about the alicorns in general?
when Pinky finally rises to her true power.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
That's
Pinky.
just how that plays out.
Speaking
Pinky
of
when
finally
Pinky
takes
rising
over
to her
Canterlot.
true power,
Yeah.
there's a subplot in this episode where Pinky is like f***ing with the monkeys, and it's great.
Yeah. Look, so Pinky escapes, and then Rainbow Dash. Yeah. Ever since then, the person who's taking care of her, he's been sleeping with like a gun beside his bed. And you can see in the episode, like he closes the medicine cabinet and Piggy's just smiling right behind him.
Okay, I need to say one thing super quick. The opening image for these so far, the legs of Rainbow Dash on that chair don't make a lick of sense to me. I can't pick out the anatomy on those things. Where the are her bones?
Dude, I never noticed that.
Dude, they're so. How did? Whoa. Like, look at the opening
That's how
image
she
real
broke
quick.
your
Just-
legs. children.
Yeah, perfect for children with no legs.
That's
about
why
the
she
children
needs
with no
wings.
neck?
Yeah, that's exactly why she needs wings. See, the one weakness that Pegasi don't ever show is that they can't walk right. So that's why they fly everywhere.
Yeah.
That's why,
Like
if you
the
remember,
In that hypothetical world where the Pegasi lose their wings, it just turns out that they have like wimpy legs.
no, they just have
They just-
osteoporosis
always
around
rotting
every
out,
single
right?
one of their leg bones.
They never use their legs, so they just like eventually like stop being able to walk.
It's like
That's
no,
my
you know-
opinion.
okay, taking this way back. Remember season 1, the episode Dragon Shy, when they all had to climb up that mountain?
Oh,
the
yeah.
reason, my theory is that the reason why Flutters couldn't walk up wasn't because she was scared. She just like has trouble like walking up steep things like that, and it's it'll be like it's reinforced by the fact that Rainbow Dash just flew.
Yeah.
Like,
Why couldn't-
Flutters wasn't scared of the
Flutters.
dragon. She was scared of breaking her legs.
Flutters.
I'm a
I can see where that theory's coming from, but
I'm a fan fiction writer now. You catch my newest piece on femfiction.com.
Yeah, follow it on fanfiction.
Yeah, you'll find me on my profile femfiction.com/horse69. Pardon.
I wonder what happened.
My that's hilarious.
You'll find my
Oh.
profile at femfiction.com/legbreaker76. What?
It's
Like,
weird. We're just not even reviewing the episode anymore. We're just like
I
talking about
won't- Welcome to the podcast where we start off with one subject by going a complete different
You know-
direction.
You know, if the
I think
Hoonigans
it's
didn't already
okay
do
for this
it,
episode.
you know what? I think if the Hoonigans didn't already do it, we should just call this the Unprofessionals.
If
Wow. That would be a really good name, actually.
this episode there's not really much to it though, so like
Yeah. Oh,
It's just
there's a
basically
zombie outbreak.
ponies.
oh yeah, there's a zombie outbreak caused by Pinky, which
Yeah.
is great.
And Applejack and Big Mac are zombies, or zomblers. Rainbow Dash calls them zomblers. And they don't talk much. There's not a lot that happens. I mean, Rainbow Dash tries to go to Rarity.
Rarity
It's just
ignored.
kinda-
Rainbow Dash
Yeah.
breaks property.
If you just
Rainbow
like
Dash
look,
breaks property.
Yeah.
if you just look at pictures of the zomblers or whatever the Rainbow Dash calls them, like it or not, this is just the peak of like pony physical. Like it's just this is the peak of pony evolution. Don't mess with it. This is the peak of evolution. The only thing now is for them to grow up into actual horses, but I don't think that's a thing. Wait a minute. I'm sorry.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me.
Canceled.
Yep.
Can't.
Break.
Breaking news.
You
on a
can't
Saturday
edit that out.
night.
Edit
Brand new
that out.
podcast.
He was looking kind of dumb with a finger and a thumb. And
Brand new podcast sets sail and ends up like the Titanic on her maiden voyage gets cancelled on Twitter and Tumblr.
We're gonna get cancelled before this goes up. I swear to God.
I can't believe
Wait,
that
wait,
guy.
Imagine the
I can't
Academy
believe that
record.
guy.
I can see the like newspaper title. podcast colder than the iceberg that killed the Titanic.
Yeah, and it's a freaking review of a freaking My Little Pony parody.
Canceled before the first
Should-
podcast.
Should we
even
move to the next episode before we
Yeah,
just
please.
devolve
Let's
into
move to the next
Please.
episode.
Please. My God, man.
This is episode what? 4?
This is
Four,
episode
five,
456.
Twilight makes spider babies with Big Mac, the movie.
No, you don't.
Yup.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
AKA my favorite thing and my least favorite thing mixed together. Basically, ponies and arachnophobia. You pick
Two
one
of my
that I
favorite
enjoy
things
more.
combined: ponies and spiders.
So,
Spiders. No, spiders can.
basically,
Oh,
I like spiders. Kinda. I mean, I
spiders.
kill them.
I love
sometimes.
jumping spiders specifically.
No, thank you. I do not like the idea of one
think-
of those jumping onto my face hole.
They are horrible though.
One time, there was a
Especially baby
spider.
jumping spiders.
I
Cuter
like
than
all
babies.
spiders. I like all spiders except the
Yes.
ones that live.
I like
Cancel.
spiders. I like spiders when I can realistically turn them into my breakfast, i.e., pancaked.
You eat spiders?
So spider episode. Celestia's f***ing with Twilight, right? And so she turns her into a
Well,
spider.
we have to explain how. So Celestia is reading the story, right? But he transports. She says Rainbow Dash could have a day off, and transports the Twilight and Big Mac into a story called Spiders. Basically, turns them into spiders. Twilight has to make spider babies with Big Mac. And then it's just I don't even know how to explain the rest. She gets plummeted and she gets thrown off in her spider babies. The spiders attack the whole town. They kill Spike. They probably kill multiple pony residents. Then this bloody alicorn shows up. He bloody kills all the spiders and turns Twilight
Yes, the
back to
OC.
normal.
The
And
OC
then-
in this fanfiction.
Oh yeah. And then Twilight kills Merriam Webb. Is that a reference to something? I swear that's a reference to something. Is
I
that
feel like that's a reference to something, but I don't know what it's a reference to. And then Twilight just f***ing smacks him, and it's the best thing. Wait, what did you say? Hang on.
Violence makes your fan fiction a beautiful thing.
She says,
If you know that
"Damn
jingle,
this
you're a
paper."
god.
Basically, Twilight, Big Mac have to figure out how to become ponies again. In other words,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, she says, get a newspaper, squad Merriam-Webb. You're next if you don't get out of here. And then gets transported back to reality. Whoop, you missed gravity. Why did I make an Eminem reference? Why?
I like the scene where Big Mac is trying to tell Twilight to clean up her.
Yeah. It's coins. No, Twilight's telling Big Mac to clean up his crap. And there's
Yeah,
like
but then-
coins and bottles.
Big Mac.
And I like the part where it's like, I'm gonna cry on my side of the web until you apologize. And then suddenly, she just turns around. Pretty much. Bloody turns around. Ah,
I like the part where Big Mac says the two things he's good at, and then Twilight basically says, "Well, I'm bigger than you, so I can lift more than you, and the other skill of yours is useless."
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
yeah. Ah,
So yeah, funny episode. They figured out the
Funny
comedy, but I still don't think they figured out like story stuff because this is such a forgettable episode.
It's weird because like episode 3 and episode 4 kind of like you watch it and you can technically forget it that even exists.
The only reason I didn't forget that this existed is because the premise is so f***ing absurd.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, I watched the series 3 times now. Yes, 3 times. I have an actual Rainbow Dash Presents DVD I bought. Call me a fanboy much, I don't care. Yeah, but good episode. I don't know what else to say. I mean, let's see. Did I have any notes? Let's see here. Oh yeah, Celestia says, when Spike grows up, he'll eat Twilight. That's pretty funny. I made a stupid joke in my notes where I said, "Oh God, this is so cringy." Are you guys ready for cringe?
Yeah. Always.
Alright,
This fandom.
I
Can we
said,
just move on to the next episode then?
it's so good.
This
Wait,
is kind of a
wait.
forgettable episode.
I have to tell you this one line I wrote. And Twilight had the word with Big MacBook Pro. Oops, I meant my computer. I meant Big Mac. The real thing I wrote. This is a real thing.
Next, present
Next present, please.
Captain Hook, the biker gorilla. It's actually
gotta-
secretly Rainbow Factory. Don't tell
Secret-
Equestria Daily.
Before we start,
Yeah.
real quick, before we start this one, I love how our next present is basically just stop f***ing rambling.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's basically
Stop
basically it.
talking. Shut up, everyone.
Captain Hook, the biker gorilla.
Can I explain this one?
Well, it's just
Or do
Rainbow
you want-
Factory. I
It's
would imagine everyone's
basically-
familiar with Rainbow
It's
Factory.
Rainbow Factory. You
I'm
know
getting
Rainbow Factory,
I'm getting my
right?
This
bread
is the
toasted.
first
One
appearance
word.
of Thrackerzord. This is the first appearance of Thrackerzord, and that makes me happy. Well, in Rainbow Dash Presents, at least.
No, it's
He was
not. No,
mentally
it's not.
advanced.
Thrackerzord technically was in Bubbles. In the thing where Rainbow Dash was explaining how she's bad with children, he was the one breaking Discord
Okay,
statue.
yeah, no, you got me. Yep.
So,
I'm getting like heavy wooden toaster flashbacks real quick from this. Like, yeah, just
hey
'cause,
guys,
you know,
Wooden Toaster is actually in this episode.
not in. Is he in this episode? I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't know if is Wooden Toaster a guy or a girl? I think it's a guy. Anyway, yeah, they're
I
in
just
it.
meant the song. Okay,
So-
I didn't realize this
Yeah.
would go so deep.
So this is one with another song. So basically, the episode starts, and Rainbow Dash is like, "Yo, I want to be on Equestria Daily." Twilight's like, "Well, I don't know." Rainbow Dash legitimately wants Twilight to hack Equestria Daily, and she gives her a Linux book. It's like, what? So
This episode introduces my
Yeah.
favorite character, Green Cheerilee, right after Blue Scootaloo from Scooter Tricks. You've got Blue Scootaloo from Scooter Tricks, and then it's just Green Cheerilee. It's.
Wait,
I feel like the collection has been complete.
I feel like this. I feel like this.
Cherry.
This probably gave way to all those people who thought like recoloring characters from the show was an OC. That's probably
Yeah.
that's probably where that came from.
It's just Cheerilee, but she's just recolored green, and she's the best. The recolors, they're always hilarious.
Hey,
Oh, let's
another
be
song
real. The
involved-
show itself does have recolored characters, I believe, right?
yeah.
I mean, if you really think about it,
famous author in the
is a
show
recolor of that one guy, that one stallion in the original intro. if you think
Cough,
about it.
cough. Famous writer in the show. Cough, cough is literally just brown and gray version of a main character. Cough, cough. I cannot cough enough.
Wait, hold on. Actually,
You're doing a really bad job of coughing. Look, I can cough better.
Cough,
See?
cough, daring cough,
Did she
do
appear-
cough.
Did she appear before season 6? She did,
What are
didn't
you
she?
guys, what are you guys talking about? I'm sorry. I was trying to find.
Recolored OCs. Also,
Yeah,
speaking
Daring
of-
Do. I hate Daring Do so much.
What the fudge, man? Daring Do
Well,
is
because
good.
what kind of made me hate her so much is because she's obviously a play off of like her name, at least if I remember correctly. Her like author name is so close to J.K. Rowling, and I
Yeah.
hate J.K. Rowling as a person, so it just makes me hate
Yeah.
the character more.
okay. Here are my opinions on Daring Do.
AK
I
Yearling.
love
It was
I
AK
love the Daring
Yearling.
Do episodes, but I hate the last. I hate the production of the last Daring Do episode. It's by far the worst, and it feels like the show writers didn't watch any of the previous episodes. Like Aoi Zodal, like somehow is just this misunderstood creature. Like no, he wanted to give the planet unrelenting.
They
sweltering
gave
heat
Aoi
for
Zodal
800
Starlight
years?
Syndrome. They gave Aoi Zodal Starlight Syndrome somehow. Somehow they gave him Starlight Syndrome.
Yeah,
it's
it's
great.
weird that Starlight actually makes more sense being reformed than Aoi Zodal.
Starlight made no sense being reformed. Anyway, Rainbow Factory. We haven't even explained the plot of this one yet. Jesus.
Well, the result isn't quite as nice.
Scootaloo.
Alright, explain away.
First flight school, fails flight school. She gets sent to the Rainbow Factory where her and the other CMCs are going to be ground up, as well as 2 OCs, which are there for some reason. So they're all going to get ground up and made into rainbows by Willy Wonka.
Where are they?
And Rainbow Dash is there for some reason. And then they escape, I think.
Yeah.
Oh no, they
So-
don't escape, but
Can I say something? Aurora is literally just a Bill Cosby parody.
yeah.
I mean, literally a Bill Cosby parody. The voice. But
The pudding.
I think this episode's
I like
Really?
the line. I like the bit where was it Thrakkerzod was like, didn't the children die? And didn't Willy Wonka kill the children? And Willy
Oh,
Wonka's
yeah.
just like, oh yeah, I ain't Willy Wonka no more.
Bet
I'm
you we started
Pogo the
sipping on
Clown.
orphan tears. Nobody understands that reference. Cool.
I didn't hear the reference.
And
Is there a
Thrakkerzod's best line in the entire show. I want to be an Oompa Loompa. Take me to them, so the deed shall be done.
Eh.
I like the line. Well, that's later on. So, anyways, they fail the flight test because Scootaloo literally had their friends tied to the back of her tail, which doesn't really work out well. So then, they go in this pony's van, and this cat. Who's on
Oh, okay, stop right there.
What?
We're
Wait.
tiptoeing. We're
No, no,
tiptoeing
no.
real quick.
No, wait. Let me just
Was the
explain.
van-
Let me explain.
Was the van perhaps a shade
Hang
of
on.
white?
It was
The guy.
Oh
The guy driving the van. I'll send an image in the chat. Hang on.
Alright.
Yeah,
Hang on.
dude.
The guy driving
Explain how they failed.
the guy driving
yeah,
the
I
van.
did.
Look,
I said, basically,
Oh, that's a character.
yeah. I'll put it up. I'll put it up on screen in the video.
How you bet-
Oh my! Oh, stop! Cancel!
God,
You're gonna have to.
before it
I'm
gets
sorry.
over.
You're gonna have to
So
cut that
much.
out of the
I
show.
hate
I'm
so
so
much.
sorry.
This is never going up. This is never
No,
going
I-
up.
I
Just
saw
send
that.
me
I
the
saw that
audio
image. That
file.
was the first thing that
Just
came
send
out
me
of my
the
mouth.
audio file. Let me edit it.
No, I'm
I
leaving
swear,
this
man.
in. This is going on your channel, Mario.
No, I can't, man.
As a friggin' as a friggin' favor for me, like doing that to you, I will do the editing. I'm a world class editor.
Okay.
What?
But yeah,
I
you were
got-
saying, Mario, about
Oh yeah. So
Uh,
the cat
how she failed,
is
how they
right.
failed.
So Skulu has Apple Bloom and Thracker dot on the back of her tail, and they screw up the right deck because of the weight distribution. Basically, long and short of it. Also, the cat literally has a Back to the Future hoverboard. Just want to say that.
And as a professional doctor.
Yep, and is a professional doctor. And then so they go in the van and they go.
That's how he plays rent. That's how he pays rent.
Yeah, they go to the bank. They go to McSoy's, and there's this really funny line where it's like, "Oh, I have a double happy," and then the person on the other end like, "So you can have a double happy? Get the hell out of my restaurant!" Something like that. It's so good. And then they go to a grocery store, and then they finally go to the Rainbow Factory. And this is where it gets very, 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 very interesting, I guess. Let's see here. Well, my notes are dumb. Oh yeah, they do a nose goes for the fat kid and the Bill Cosby pony. I can't remember the name of the pony, so I'm just gonna call it the Bill Cosby pony. It's
Amazing.
fat. Amazing. Yeah. So then they go in the Rainbow Factory, led by Pogo the Clown, who was originally Willy Wonka, but he changed his guy. And look who it is, Rainbow Dash with the backwards wrestling
Wait,
mask.
Rainbow Dash has a job? Really?
That's
right.
impressive.
Because she had to get a job because of her therapy. She had to pay for therapy. That's what they say.
She's gonna need more therapy after this though.
Yeah, she literally says the first day I came here, I cried in the bathroom. It's kind of dark, funny, where she's just crying as he's acting it out. And then and they had to break down the door to get her. So this is her third day, and she hasn't killed any ponies yet. And there's actually a song in this, which is it's a good song. You know, it's got a bop to it. Although, does anyone want to explain the song? Or should I? I guess I will. Song! Guess what does? Basically, it explains a lot. Rainbow Dash sings about why she got the job and how they literally have no clue how killing ponies even came up. And then this other pony, which is basically the G1 Pinkie Pie. Don't ask how I know that. Don't ask how I know that. I hate G1. I hate it so much. It's so annoying. Anyways, off topic. Sorry. And she explains how the Rainbow Factory came to be. Basically, Celestia's like, okay, we gotta take out one thing. Because they were having a war against that mode, so she took out Rainbow Production, and then they had the thing where they had to kill Pony to get rainbows, blah, blah, blah. And they made them a thing. And then they're like, okay. And then there's a scene where Orion, which his nickname's so clever. His nickname is literally OC. Literally,
Oh,
that's
see.
the best thing. That's the best thing. Yeah, but basically, Orion goes first in the. Well, technically, he doesn't. But, anyways, we'll get back to that. So, the gang. So, there's another Thrakkerzot that just shows up, and you're kind of thinking, wait, what? How is there two Thrakkerzots? But that's not explained until later. So then they gotta go through this complicated puzzle, and they basically fail at doing a basic thing of putting a head on the right way, because the head was backwards. And then Thrakkerzot goes, the other Thrakkerzot goes back to warn them. That's how it happened. And then at the end of the episode, they realize that they didn't even need to grind up ponies for rainbows. They just needed Crayola, and a freaking picture of the family. And the best line in this episode is, "I'm going to hell for nothing."
Yeah, going to hell for no reason since 1997.
I was just
Yeah.
scrubbing through the video and I found this image. I figured you guys should see it.
Why
Can I see it?
1997? Ah, yes. Love it. Gotta.
It's Aurora.
Ah.
Just
Ah.
Oh yeah. By the way, I am rewatching a couple of these as we
Cool.
speak, so I'm refreshed on a couple of these.
Did you guys see the Thrakkerzot picture with Rarity? Here, I'll post it in the chat. Basically, doing this complex light spell. Everybody's just looking at it like, what the fudge? Yeah, overall, I think this is
So
where
much power
It's
inside of me.
really
that you
good.
don't even know what I could do.
It's a parabola.
so I'd say this episode's like a 7 out of 10. It's pretty much exactly what you would expect a funny version of Rainbow Factory to be.
Yeah, I think this
it's a
is
spoof,
actually.
basically.
Yeah,
I
I think
wouldn't
this is.
say it's
Whap, whap.
like an abridged. I guess it kind of is in a way, but
What? I
less
would say
of
it's
an
a
abridged and
definite.
more of a spoof, I guess.
Somebody needs to like define the word abridged to me, because I'm just dumb dude
Someone
right brain,
really
and I don't know
Basically,
what it
abridged means to take a story and then shorten it.
Oh, okay.
And
No, that makes
Usually
sense. That makes a lot
comedify
of
it as
sense.
well.
Yeah, like Dragon Ball Z abridged, or
Friendship is
Danganronpa
witchcraft.
abridged, or
Yeah, yeah.
Scooter Tricks the Abridged.
Or Pony
My
Horror
life story
Abridged.
abridged. I lived.
Ultra
I
Fast
died.
Pony. Ultra Fast Pony is
Ultra
like the
Fast
true.
Pony.
It's like the ultimate abridged series of My Little Pony. That's the true definition of an
I
abridged
would-
series right there.
I like Ultra
Actually,
Fast.
as I heard talked about possibly doing an abridged MLP series, but that never happened.
Oh, that would be fun. I was actually thinking about doing one.
I did one. It got
Maybe-
taken down.
Maybe. Oh yeah.
The gods
But
of
I-
Hasbro wanted all the money that your video was definitely making.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
they stole all $0. I swear to God, I want those $0.
Oh, dude,
Wow,
it's time to.
that's
It's time
quite an
to.
achievement.
It's time to
I
light the
stole
torches, grab our
$0.
pitchforks, baby. We're storming Hasbro for that $0 they took from you. We're
Damn.
storming the head
Guys,
office.
Guys, let's be real. We gotta
You know-
give
you
an
know- you know
achievement.
You know that like dumbass meme back in like 2019 where like people were gonna storm Area 51? Nah, we gotta start a new one. It's coming September 2021. We're gonna go storm Hasbro.
heck yeah, man.
Yeah,
We're gonna go.
we gotta storm them and give them awards
bro.
for stealing $0 from a content.
Cancel
dude.
Pony Life. Bring back
It's so
G4.
funny.
Where's season 10? Where's season 10?
Season
I-
10 is in the comics.
Really
Where's
quick.
where's the end of Equestria Girls? They just cancelled Equestria Girls. They just like left it open. That's the worst.
That's because after like maybe like the first or something, like they kind of just became like made for TV movies. Like they're just really bad. I know.
That's
Yeah,
all
there was like a
Almost
story.
decent.
There was like a flowing story with the 4 movies, and it felt like it was going somewhere. But then I realized, oh wait, I just finished the 4th movie, and there's no 5th one. What the hell? Is
I'm
this it?
sorry. There's
See what
4
you should have
movies?
said. See what you should have said is, wait, I just finished the 4th movie. What the is wrong with me?
Ooh, hey guys,
I finished
did you
them
know-
all.
I feel offended now. I'm sad
Did
now.
you guys know?
I don't know. EQG never cut it for me. I don't know.
Did you guys know that Rainbow Dash Presents was going to make a movie where they were literally going to do an Equestria Girls thing, and that was going to be the final hurrah, but it got canceled.
Huh.
The
I
only
did not
proof
know
of
that.
it,
Ha!
The only
Drop a gear.
proof of it-
Disappear from this conversation.
the only proof of it is literally this minute-long clip, I think, of the intro of it. If I can find it. Yeah, here it is. It was called Equestria Primates. And
Yeah, speaking of interesting intros, just a quick little like randomly off topic thing. Anthology 7 had like one of the fucking sickest intros I've ever had. Friggin' the Mallrats la 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 is friggin' amazing. Sorry, I had to go on a tangent there for a second. Coolest intro ever.
There was one good thing to come out of Equestria Girls, though. Sunset Shimmer was like if Starlight Glimmer was an actual good character. Like, imagine if Starlight and they didn't write her like That's
Except-
Sunset, basically.
Except she didn't really turn into anything interesting, really. The reforming was kind of cool, but I guess like after that there wasn't really much to do with her.
With Sunset or Starlight.
Sunset. Starlight's just worse than that, but even with Starlight is worse than that. Sunset, it's still a problem.
Yeah. I feel like the 3rd and 4th movies, they just didn't know what to do with her.
I feel like the 3rd and 4th movies
Superpowers.
didn't need to exist. Like
Yeah.
here's a really cool theory. Here's a really cool theory. The second one also didn't need to exist. The first one was kind of cool.
I like the second
Ooh.
one. Okay,
Ooh.
so here was
You-
my thoughts when I
You're saying the second one's bad. Them's the
Hey.
fighting words.
guys,
No, I'm not saying it's
I'm
bad.
gonna
I'm just
get
saying it didn't need to happen.
I'm gonna
None of it
get
that
needed
was
to
my
happen.
thoughts at first.
I'm gonna get
I was
some
like,
water.
This does not need
I'll be
this.
back.
The first one I can see where the concept was being taken, but the second one I don't know. Like it's not a bad movie. I just feel like they didn't need to expand this idea. That's just my opinion. You don't.
Man,
Yeah,
it
but like
doesn't-
it was a good movie, and it
Superpowers.
being a good movie justified its existence.
Yeah.
But guys,
Well, it's
let's
like
be real. Superpowers.
it's like a friggin' like I'll never deny that like the How to Train Your Dragon series is my favorite one, but you could have easily you could have easily left it at the first movie. It's the same kind of thing. Like, yeah, the second movie was a decent movie. It's just like I feel like it could have like just not existed.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
I see where you're coming from now with the How to
Yeah,
Train
I'm
Your
not
Dragon.
I'm not
comparison.
dissing on the second movie. I'm sure it's a good movie. I just don't think it needed to exist.
But I do like how basically they turned the main 7.
Okay, wait,
Right,
hold on.
yeah,
I
I
gotta
think
hold
that's
on. No,
about
I gotta cut in
like-
real quick. Next presents. We're going on a tangent.
Mario isn't here. We can't go to the next presents yet.
All right,
Yeah,
then I'm gonna go
left to
get my
get water.
nicotine fix.
Okay, so this gives me time.
I'll be leaving
Right.
that water after he's gotten back. Once he comes back, I'm going to get water
Yeah,
as well.
I'm gonna go get my
Okay.
nicotine fix. I'll be back.
All right, let's just edit this out. Let's just all go get.
No, you know what? I can stay talking. Just give me 1 second. I'll join the call on my phone, and then I can just talk while I smoke.
All right, so
I'll be back in a minute.
Cool. Okay.
I'll admit though, for the superhero thing, I was like, this is kind of weird, but I kind of like the idea that they kind of gave them like Green Lantern kind of, you know. It was
Yeah.
like, I still think it's still better than some of the superhero movies that have come out over the years. Let's be real, like better than some of the DC stuff.
The third
In
and
my
fourth
opinion.
movies were though. Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
DC always just been
All right, I'm gonna go get water. Hang on.
All right.
the
But
DC universe has just always been. Sorry.
well, the Aquaman movie was pretty good though. I liked that.
Yeah, but that's because it's just like a slightly tinier piece of than the rest of the was.
Honestly, I really enjoyed that movie. Like, I watched the others and compared it to this. That was really good. And then Joker, I was like, this is just beautiful.
DC needs to get their act together with what exactly they want to do. Do they want to be another Marvel or do they want to be their own thing?
Yeah, true. But still, Joker was a
Like,
good
DC
movie. So.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like I said, okay. Here's the thing. No, I shouldn't have just said all of DC is because DC is not just all. Their attempt at building a cinematic universe is. Some of their individual movies are really good. Joker, like the friggin' what was it called? What the Batman series with
Oh yeah, The Dark Knight.
Yeah, the Dark Knight series. Those were a good couple of movies. Like don't get me wrong, DC has made a couple of really cool movies. It's just their attempt at building a cinematic universe, so to speak, has just been
has
garbage.
failed so far.
Well, it's because think about it. They tried to basically do it backwards from the way Marvel did it. Marvel used individual movies to build a cinematic universe, and DC tried to kick off one with a big combined movie like Endgame or in Infinity War. They tried to kick it off with Justice League. That's not going to work. You got to
Like,
build
that
up
can
those
work
relationships.
if like that kind of thing can work, you know, if done properly. Which no, it didn't do it properly.
Fun fact, if you look at it, in a lot of ways, Justice League and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse are the same thing, except Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse did it right.
Exactly. And let's see. From what I've heard, though, that they've released the Schneider cut because apparently that's better than the original Justice League version.
I'm sure it is, but if you have to release a whole new product in order for it to justify why it's actually decent, it's not a decent product.
Yeah.
It's like okay, here, take it for example. If that versus like Deadpool with the extended cut. Deadpool on its own is a phenomenal, awesome movie, but the extended cut makes it better. Whereas with Justice League was a garbage movie. So if you need an extended cut to make it good, that's not good.
Yeah. Exactly.
You can't justify the ends with the means.
Yeah, I guess it could be put like this. DC has made better cartoons than Marvel, but has made worse movies. Marvel has made better movies than DC, but has made worse cartoons, with like the exception of like a couple of them. Like, for example, I think one of my favorite Marvel series was Marvel.
How did you guys get so off topic?
It's just something to be discussed while we're kind of all taking.
Yeah, while we're waiting. All right, next episode.
Next presents.
Next episode. This is my
Haunting
favorite.
Nightmare. This one's really good.
Haunting Nightmare, dude.
This is seriously my favorite episode. So can I please do this one?
Yes.
Oh, thank goodness. So, Haunting Nightmare. Fun fact. This and Rainbow Factory. I actually heard the original fanfic before. And this one, Haunting Nightmare, I listened to it. It scared the crap out of me. But anyways, this episode. Oh my gosh. Alright, basically, Twilight and her friends are having a party, big whoop. And then Cora comes and they scream for a while. And then Luna's there. She's like, hey, I'm going to suck you into a book that's a horror story. And they're like,
I was not expecting
And
sucking you
Cora
into
was
something.
there.
Hold on. I did not expect sucking you into something. I thought you were about to say, hey, I'm about to suck you off.
Please, no, don't stop. Oh,
Canceled for the
dear
third
God.
Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm just joining on my computer.
Nick, whoever's editing this, please.
Canceled for the third time.
I can't have this stuff
A
in
little
my
note for the
video,
editor.
man.
Guys, just a little note for the editor here. Burn this mess. Burn it with fire.
Just
I would rather
burn
not
the
burn my PC. Thank you.
Just burn the cancel. Wait, just burn all the bad stuff. Everything else.
No, just heat up a branding iron with that just says canceled and just
Yeah.
how you going?
Alright, let's get back on track here.
Anyways, and then Twilight goes to her house, and Spike's not there because he's at Applejack, and she's just hanging out. She doesn't really know what's happening, and then she finds out what's going on. Basically, it's about basically Twilight has a basement, and there's spooky things in the basement. You know, like in every Overlord story. I actually don't know because I don't really read a lot. But the funny thing is Rainbow Dash is excited about things. And she's like, oh, no. Oh my gosh. The funny line is Twilight. Piggy brings a Ouija board and Twilight's like, no, haven't you read horror stories? This is like the one thing that got my spirit stuff to come out. And oh, can you fetch me a glass? She says, can you fetch me a glass of liquids? And then that goes, and she screws up hard. There's like gunshots in the kitchen and explosions. And then Pinky just. Yeah, and then Pinky just says a weird chant. Also, can we talk about the presence of Cthulhu in the series? Because there was one thing of them in Cupcakes, and then there's another thing of them here. I have no clue what that's about. So yeah. Anyways, Pinkie Pie screws up. He summons the evil monster, and then Twilight goes to bed. And then there's this bee plot. And the bee plot basically takes her downstairs to the basement. And Twilight becomes a Nut King, a little kid. And you're kind of like, what? Why is she a little kid? What? And then, the bee gets cut open, and what's the doll's name? What was it?
I don't remember this episode that well. I don't really have much to say about it. I feel like I need to have read the original fan fiction to know what the hell's going on.
Dude, the fan fiction
same.
is pretty
But
scary, man.
all I could say is that the
I
art
like when Rarity
very
Applejack, just like she just trips Applejack. That's great.
Yeah. Okay, so anyways, Twilight gets possessed, yada yada yada. And then there's a joke about her saying dental hygiene. And then basically Spike and the gang have to save the day. And Rarity says that Yato makes out with Big Mac. So that's a thing.
Spike and his gang of mentally disabled people.
Yep. And then they go in, Applejack, Rarity, and Rainbow go in, and spooky things happen. Pretty much.
The plot of every PG-13 horror movie ever. They go into spooky place and spooky things happen.
The song!
Things
Can we
happen.
please?
People
Can we
die.
please?
End of story.
Yeah. Can we please talk about the song? The song. Oh my. This song.
I
is
love
so
the song. The
good.
song is amazing.
It's so good. Oh.
It's like it's off-putting in a good way. It's like
Yeah.
It gets you into that horror feel, you know.
it's not really it's hard to explain. I've never really heard anything like it. I
The
don't think.
good thing, I think it's I like the keyboard. It's like kind of electric sounding, but kind of from well, I don't know. I wouldn't say it sounds like a guitar, but it kind of sounds like this eerie song. And this one's sung by Monster, and Monster's basically chasing them. And it's literally just the monster thinking about like how he's basically gonna kill him, and it's like super scary and stuff.
Oh, if you pay close attention to one of the scenes, you can actually see a Pikachu plush in the pile
Yeah,
of
I
plush
saw
Oh
that.
yeah, and I think a Sergeant Frog plush in that
Yeah.
pile too.
Just a little Easter egg for all you people. But yeah,
I
the
really
art
like.
in this episode is really good. I love the art designs. You can tell that there's been a shift over the episodes, and it has improved. It's about the same as the previous episode, but it's still really good in my opinion. I have to give the art like a 7 out of 10.
Mate, give this a freaking 10 out of 10, mate. Did you see there's a scene in here where it goes total outline? It's so good. It's so good. And they're just outlines.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
in the commentary track for this, they said that was actually done in an animation style where I think it was I think it was like an Adobe thing. Does anyone know like the software that starts with P and it's like an Adobe thing?
Photoshop. Premiere.
Yeah, Premiere. Thank you. Yeah, they said it was done in Premiere. Oh my gosh, man! Basically, this is the best. All right, in my opinion, this is the best episode in this whole series.
I'm gonna have to disagree with that, but this is a very good episode. I'd probably give this
So
my
fun.
third best. I think this is the third best in my opinion.
All right.
It is hilarious. This episode is probably the funniest.
Funny.
It really is.
Where the heck is Austin?
I'm still here. I just have little to input.
It's alright.
Austin, have you at least seen Bittersweet?
Is that supposed to be a meme?
No. It's the 9th episode.
Well, if that
I
answers
don't know.
your
I've
question,
seen a couple of them here and there. I never really paid attention.
this fun fact, this kind of got me into the fandom, the series, because I watched Pony Polka, right, and then I saw like a snippet of Pony White, the song, and I thought, wow, that's weird. And then I thought, wait, I'll give this another chance. So I literally watched the whole series, and I'm like, wow, this is really good. And I think that's kind of what got me into the pony fandom. Fun facts for you all.
I first heard about My Little Pony through Smile HD when I was like 9. That was very
Oh my-
scarring.
gosh!
You gotta
I
love
watched
it.
That.
I love that.
watched that.
That's what got me. That's the first time I had ever seen the show or anything related to the show.
Yeah,
That's the first time I
really
found out that it was a thing that existed. I
Huh.
watched Smile
I
HD when I
think-
was 9.
Oh.
One thing.
Yeah.
Gotta love that, mate. I think the thing that I first heard of it, probably I've seen like this Mario. I know this will sound really weird, but do you know the channel Smosh and how they did like this thing? What if it actually happened? You know? Whoops. So basically, it was this Mario Plus series, and they were doing a spoof on cupcakes, and I thought, what is that? Is that a real thing? That's weird. Because, you know, at the time, the only creepypasta I knew was Sonic.exe, and
Does Smosh
must
still
admit-
exist? Hang on, I haven't seen Smosh.
it
They
does,
still make
it's so
videos.
bad. It's not good. It's not good. Anthony left. Not good.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah, it's not good.
Hey, Nick the editor here. About 1 minute of footage got corrupted here, so that sucks. Not really much we can do about it though. As far as I can remember, nothing important was said, so I guess back to the podcast? Sorry about this. Yeah, this was probably the funniest episode.
Yeah. Remember the scene where Rary's like, don't have someone to do something? Get a stallion.
Next, presents.
Next presents.
Present David.
Wait. I got it. Next. Yeah, wait. Next presents. Did you like that? I did a
Most of
little
it didn't go
music.
through.
I tried.
You didn't try hard enough.
Next present. Okay.
Next presents.
Twilight makes
Next,
out with
present.
Rainbow Dash. It's really awkward.
Wow. Yeah, pretty much.
That's the whole episode. Next,
Oh,
Guys!
summarized.
Next present. No, this episode is short, but then Don somewhere actually wrote this fan fiction. So he made a post-credit scene where Twilight is at a jungle, like in the middle of the Everfree, and she has to give a banana to this girl that the guy wants to make out with, and then they make out, and then that's the end. Basically, Rainbow Dash broke her wing. So then she goes to Twilight.
Always.
Twilight gets her water after killing herself, and then she just makes out with Dash. And Twilight in reality is super mad. But here's the thing. So some of the episodes, they have it so it's a story. But then some of them, they have it so it's real life. But then you see stuff like Twilight library being fixed. And you kind of question, wait, is this happening in reality? Or is this a story? I mean, yes, they are reading a story, but you kind of, you're like, I don't know, you know? And the thing is, in the last episode, they pretty much call back to older episodes. And they're like, oh, why do we do stupid stuff? And you're kind of thinking, wait, is this all happening in real life? I don't know. So, take that with you. Well, yeah, basically, and then Twilight runs away. Everfree Forest gives a banana to girl. Guy monkey makes out with girl monkey. The end.
This was just a joke episode. I'm surprised it wasn't uploaded on April Fool's.
It's uploaded September 8th. I don't know what else to say about this one. Should we
Next,
go-
present.
Yeah,
My
it's a
Little
very
Dash
good
is my
present.
favorite.
My
one's my
Little
favorite.
Dashie.
My Little Dash.
Maybe you could take it over. Can we also
Right.
talk about the fan fiction of My Little Dashie?
I think
Are we
I
gonna
have
talk
not
about
seen
the
it.
fan fiction or the recreation of it? Or are we gonna do a
Rainbow
little
Dash
bit?
presents.
Both? Can we
I
do
have not
both?
seen the fan. I have not read the fan fiction.
I
I
have
went to
seen.
it.
I've seen the movie. I've seen the movie.
Okay, basically, Rainbow Dash gets stuck in real life. Guy comes across. He's depressed and whatnot. He comes across this basket with Dashie in it.
A rainbow-colored
Basically-
horse from a different dimension.
Yeah,
Whoa,
Wayne.
radical.
and basically the guy takes care of Rainbow Dash for a long time, basically, and then eventually I believe, at least in the live action recreation, she sees that MOP is a show that exists and things happen. Basically, the guy doesn't want to let her go, and Rainbow
You
Dash
gotta
kind of
be, you gotta,
at him for not telling her about this whatnot. It's a very interesting video to watch.
interesting concept.
I have not seen the fan fiction, but I love the episode. I love it because it's just so f***ing absurd, and every time you think it's gotten to like the peak of absurdity, it gets more absurd.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the
Like-
absurd stuff includes. Oh well, I guess you could go, Nick. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm explaining this one. This one's my favorite.
Yeah,
I
go
explain this
ahead.
one.
Go.
So we've got Harry Wayne, which is a mix between Harry Potter and Batman, which is just great. He's fighting crime, and then he finds Dash in a box on the streets, and he's like, "Ah, yes, stuff and shirt," and then he runs off, and then he's shown to live in just this like tiny house.
Wow. Wow.
Oh my
You might have to edit that out.
And then he's just and I don't even know where to go from there. Like Dash is bored, and then she meets LaFonda, I think was her name.
LaFonda.
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 No.
Oh my god! How many
Smash!
times?
All right, who's going to edit this? They're going to have hell editing.
Austin deserves to edit this.
Shut up, okay? I'm the comedic relief. I'm here for a reason, okay?
You have
Okay,
been
that's fair.
canceled several
You
times.
got it.
before.
You got
The
it.
one
You
that's-
knew it. You knew what you were
Make
getting
it
into when
PG.
you brought me here.
Look,
Mario's the host. I'm the one that's actually a writer and knows what the hell they're talking about. Austin's the comedic relief, and
I'm sorry. I'm a writer too. Excuse you. I'm a writer too. I wrote 2 fanfics, and I write.
I mean,
my
I've
show.
done some writing here. I've edited rap battles here and there. I've got
Hang on, rap battles.
um,
I'm sorry. What?
anyway.
For the
No,
record, you-
Please explain.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Next tangent.
Next tangent. Go explain. I want to hear it. What are
Okay.
the rap battles?
All right, so I guess since we're getting off a little bit off track today, might as well talk
Like-
about
Like we said, guys, we're total professionals.
Yeah.
No, we should call the podcast
You're
the Not
professionals.
Professionals.
All right, so I really got into the rap battle community like during the year B when it was kind of, I think, season 4, season 3 or 4. when I really got into it. I also looked into the fan-made rap battles, and that's what really got me into wanting to write rap battles, and kind of how I got my career started in writing rap battles.
I'm literally
It's kind
a
of
rapper.
basically,
If
there's
you ever
nothing
meet
really
me.
to this. I've just written a few episodes. Most of the stuff that I've written hasn't really been released because of reasons.
Because of
Episode not been
reasons.
finished.
Reasons!
Other lines. It's yeah.
Because of raisins.
Basically,
Dude,
a lot of things happened.
I only love raisins when they're covered in yogurt. I love raisins normally, but yogurt covered raisins are delicious.
Okay. All right. They Nick muted themselves, I guess.
Yes, guys, like we said, we are professionals here, and we take the clarity of. Alright, I'm gonna call this the not professional team.
But
Can we get
I
back
guess
to
it'll be like
the episode?
Yeah.
I'll continue explaining. So, LaFonda and Dash,
Sorry.
they're friends now. Dash tries to give her a gnome and fails, and then she gets told off by Harry Wayne, who is best dad.
Best dad.
dad of all time.
and then he's creepy as hell. And then he's creepy as hell for a bit.
They'll cut you
And then
up
what
into
happens?
pieces if you go out there.
I don't know what happens. Some stuff happens. Then
Wait,
then
you
we
don't
get to
know? Dude, we have the freaking Joker more.
then we get to
comes in.
Joker more.
Still Rainbow Dash, and they literally sing the song Pony Waifu.
No, that's really far into the episode. What do you mean? We
Whoa.
can't skip to that. That's like a 5 minute.
No, you were talking about how they were just like getting dark, and that's like near the point. I don't know anymore. Look, today's been a day. It's been one of those days. This is one of the best podcasts.
Basically, there's so like Harry Wayne is trying to find Dashy, and Dash has run off with Joker Mort, and then they have a romance. They have like a romance subplot, and it's great. It's hilarious. And then Pony Waifu, Tubby Wubby Pony Waifu. Yep.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what?
That's the name of the song. Tubby Wubby Pony Waifu.
I don't. Yeah, this song is really great.
I love this song. This song is like legitimately catchy, and that makes me mad.
Yeah, it's legitimately catchy. Like, you could probably sing it in the car, and everyone else would look at you really weirdly.
But you'd be having fun, and that's okay.
That's okay. And
That's okay.
So
Hey, you want to know something funny? My mom came in when I was watching Rainbow Dash Presents, and I was at the end of Pony Poo, and she thought they said Pony Poo. She's like, did they say Pony Poo? I'm like, no, Mom.
I like how fucking Dash is dressed up as Harley Quinn. That's just like the most disturbing, hilarious thing I've ever seen.
How's
like-
it disturbing?
If you don't get the subtext, you're not gonna get the subtext.
Oh,
But
yeah.
then
Sorry, that took me a while.
The
Subtext.
and then they get back, and Harry Wayne is like mad that the acid is room temperature, and that was a tangent, and it's hilarious. He gets mad at Joker Mort and Dash for being in love, I guess, because he's racist to ponies or something. And then, God, what happens? Oh, I don't even know what happens.
I think I just came up with a new name for the podcast.
What?
The show.
The show. The show.
So,
Do you know how many podcasts are named The Show?
No. Hey, you didn't. You misheard me. It is the show.
Yes! 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 That's the name! Yes!
Chase, spit that out to me.
We have to have
the
do you
Dirk
not know what
Mort-
happened?
Dirk Mort shows up and he's like, you gotta let me be with Dash. We're in love. And
You
then
skipped a part. You
no, I
skipped
didn't.
a
And then
part. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
no, I
Skipped
didn't.
a part.
Hold
Yeah,
on,
you
hold on.
did.
And then the other main six show up,
You skipped a
and
part.
Twilight gets mad at Dash, and then they go back to Equestria, and everyone's happy.
Okay, the
end.
comedic
No,
relief
I'm
needs to kick
sorry.
in here for a second.
Australia?
Thoughts on the episode?
Australia. Yes. One thing, Nick skipped over something where Dash and LaWanda talk on the telephone. And you pick up that telephone. I'm sorry.
Um,
All right,
You,
since there's not much to
damn it.
really comment on the art, let's comment on the voice acting. I really like the voice acting here.
Yes.
The voice acting is really well done.
Wait, can you say that one more time, Austin?
Enjoyable.
Enjoyable.
At the end, I like that. What's her face is on the ceiling fan.
It's
It's really cool.
12:58. It's been 3 hours.
I like
It's a
that what's her
quarter
face-
after 1.
I'm a little drunk and I need you now.
You
At
still
the
have,
end,
like,
at the end, I like that. I like that. I like how what's her face is just hanging from the ceiling fan.
Yeah,
It's
what's her
great.
face? Yeah, what's
Yeah,
her
what's her
face?
face?
That's Fluttershy's new
You know what
name.
was,
What's her face?
you know what cracked me up when Nick was talking about the episode and he was like, she shows up at her door and says, "You need to let me love Dash, blah blah blah." I just immediately got, "Can I have your daughter for the rest of my life? Say yes, cause I need to know." That's the first thing I got from that.
Oh my gosh, I remember that song. Oh, I'm so
Tough
jealous.
Oh yeah,
love,
and then
not friends.
Jerker Mort makes a bunch of
Don't
Rainbow
you
Dashes.
know?
Jerker Mort makes a bunch of Rainbow Dash robots. The end.
that's
The
all,
end.
that's all,
Kill, destroy, swag.
Autobots. Autobots.
So that's the first thing I think of when I hear robot dash.
That's not the end though. Because the actual ending is Fluttershy. Oh, I'm sorry. What did you call her, Nick?
What's her face?
What's her face?
Next,
Yeah, you know.
present.
No! No! We're not done!
I
What's
haven't even
her
got to
face
the
gets
review. We've just been doing the plot.
By ponies. Oh, wait, we're supposed to be reviewing it? Aren't we already reviewing?
What is this podcast for?
You know what it is? You know what it is?
What are we doing with our lives?
You know what we're doing? We're going clinically
sorry,
insane. We are going insane from watching Rainbow Dash
That,
Percent. You
that just
can't
broke
talk
me.
about that show and not go insane. For any
Can
viewers
I
out
actually?
there,
Can I do a
I'm
quick
pretty
review? I want to do a
insane
quick review of
myself.
this episode.
Abridged
go.
review.
I
Things
like that.
happen.
I like that this episode just like plays into the insanity. It knows exactly what it is. It's an absurd premise. It's a f***ing love story between a monkey joker Voldemort and a magical flying horse with a rainbow mane. It knows exactly what it is, and it knows how to make that funny.
Yep, it's definitely
Agreed.
it definitely comes into its own skin here.
Every time you think it can't get more absurd, it does.
Yeah.
Basically, it gets rid of its weaknesses, plays into its strengths. Overall,
Yep.
enjoyable episode. Enjoyable.
The
I
song is good.
call it
The song is good.
7.5.
Yeah.
9.1 out of
Fonda,
10 because I'm a special
I-
snowflake who needs to add point scores to each of them.
Please do not add point scores to each of them.
No, as in I meant like I gave it a 9.1, you know, point whatever. It's like,
9.1.
I'm a special snowflake that needs to like have it not be just an even 9 or a 0.5. It has to be like
Yeah,
It's
0.1.
freaking. It's guys. It's freaking 1 a.m. for me.
Haha, that's funny. That's cute. It's 4 a.m. where I live.
Real sure I'm at.
Was
Hey
waiting
guys,
for
we're
that.
professionals.
Presents.
Next,
No sleep for Austin. Austin doesn't
Present.
deserve sleep.
you.
we're keeping. We're
I
keeping
love you,
us.
but fuck you.
We're keeping us. We're keeping Austin hostage. We're showing Austin. Oh, Rainbow Dash presents as he
We just got a gun to his head and we're like, do this podcast.
Do it. Do the podcast.
None of us are funny.
Nick said no. See, you guys have got the gun to my head about the podcast, but Nick's got like a separate gun to my head. Do 7 different characters in my show, mother.
Yes.
No, see, you
Hey, I
guys,
still
you
need more- I
guys,
still
you
need-
guys, you guys have like the collective of you have like a Glock 17 at my pointed at my head. Nick's just got like an entire AK-47 pointed at my head.
Whoa. I've been
You
using
drop
a
voices.
No, he's just got like
Voices, get over it.
no, he's just got like a whole ass AK pointed at my head. Each round in this magazine is a new character you have to play as.
4 characters and 3 of them only appear like twice.
I know.
My
it's
God,
fucking
Nick, 4 characters. 4 characters. Man, Austin only has to play like 2 in mine.
Wait, when
I
did
have to play 9.
I thought it was only 1, Mario. What the when did I get 2?
Well, Future Twilight, remember?
Oh,
I believe I have
better.
2 lines. Well, not 2 lines, but 2 characters.
No, Nick, I wasn't complaining. I was just having fun with it.
Wait,
No.
guys.
And
we're getting
I
off
will
topic
always,
again.
Nick, I will always gladly take more if I can figure out different voices for different things, and you need me, call me. I'm your guy.
Cool.
Hey, this is gonna be a hell of a freaking light show. You're gonna love this.
Hell yeah.
What the fuck?
Anyway,
I
let's
do
move on
9
to the
voices
next-
in my show, okay?
Can we get on to the next Rainbow Dash Presents?
Yes.
Next
Next Rainbow Dash
episode.
Presents
When
Next.
you,
Presents.
Bittersweet.
Bittersweet.
the one that I saw, but the only thing that I remember about it is Pinky gets diabetes.
Diabetes. Diabetes.
You know what? Hey guys,
Pronounce
you
it
want to know a
correctly.
fun fact? My friend actually has diabetes. And
My
his name
mother
is
has
Talon.
diabetes.
My father has
Ooh.
diabetes.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure everybody knows somebody who has diabetes.
Yeah, everyone
Well,
has.
that's an interesting
You
fact.
get diabetes, and you get diabetes, then you get diabetes.
Hey, look under your chair. Guess what it is? It's insulin because you
Diabetes.
all have diabetes.
They just hand them out at the mall.
Balanced breakfast.
They just hand them out at the mall these days. Free samples.
They-
You just
they
get
hand
free
it
samples
out.
at the
Dude,
mall.
They hand it
watch
out on
No, watch an anti-vaxxer get diabetes and like not want to put insulin in their body. Like,
No, can't.
Guys, I have an idea of putting this as a thumbnail. Okay,
I will
So-
draw a custom thumbnail for the episode.
I can draw something if you. I mean, I don't. know.
Actually, hold on. I'm actually.
I want to edit the video. I want to like
I
do a
want
thing
to. I mean,
where I show who's talking at any given time.
no, like we should do something where it's like all of us sitting around. So it's like we're just
Here, I'm gonna
chilling.
post this in the crew chat. Mario, I've been working on sketching out my own cover for the show just as like to practice my art.
Ooh, I like
Bittersweet.
it.
Let's get back to the review before we.
That is the
Okay,
best.
yeah, let's get back to the review.
Welcome to the review, which is
So, Pinky gets
not even a
diabetes.
review.
Pinky gets diabetes, squeezes some toothpaste on the ground, and then tries to kill herself. And
Oh, and
she
then
kills
gets
herself.
mad at the government.
Yeah, she gets mad at the government. It's great.
Yeah. And then she wants Rainbow Dash to throw her off a bridge.
Bro,
But
Pinky.
there's shallow water.
Throw Pinky, yes.
Throw
Pinky
Pinky.
off the bridge, yes.
Throw Pinky. And then Pinky freaking dies. No, like she
Roll Pinky
legitimately
over.
dies.
Kill her. Yes.
Straight up dies.
Roll credits. Roll credits. Anywhere.
And
you
so then-
look,
And
anywhere
so then,
you go.
at the funeral, what's her face doesn't get to speak.
That's right.
Because she
Sorry, I
never
almost
does.
remembered her name. I almost remembered her name. That was
For some-
bad.
For some
We
reason,
should-
in like every pony show ever, for some reason, just Fluttershy never gets to speak.
Yeah, it's great.
Like that's just like the one thing. It's like there are two things that seems to be consistent in like every show I've seen. One, Twilight's in what is it called? Me. Okay, I don't have words. Twilight is typically an inconsiderate asshole, and
Yeah.
Fluttershy never gets to speak, and if she does,
Yeah.
it's always talked
and-
over.
Applejack's usually the reasonable one. Like Applejack is always the reasonable one.
Yep. Oh, and Rainbow Dash is always the.
Yes, that is also
Why?
some of those cliches apply to my show, but luckily not all of them.
Yeah. But you know what? There's a reason why they work.
Yeah,
Funny if it's done right.
my Rainbow Dash is also stupid as hell because that's just
My
funny.
Rainbow Dash is actually smart because I kind of wanted to have it different from the other shows and be like, okay, what if she's
You literally
Basically-
made Twilight an alcoholic. What do you mean you wanted your show to be different?
okay?
Well, no,
let me
see
tell you something.
now
Let me tell
the
you
only difference is
something.
now there's an excuse for Twilight to be an inconsiderate
No, no,
asshole.
no,
She's an
listen.
alcoholic.
Oh no.
Listen. My show is a full-on parody, right? You clearly know that it's parodying stuff. So, in that matter, it is because my show's literally parodying so much stuff from the fandom and so much stuff that it's kind of a mismatch. But Rainbow Dash is the average man in an insane world with her insane friends, and she just gotta live with it.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just kind of trying to live my life, man. I just drink every moment of the day. It's just it helps me escape from my problem.
My version of Twilight, I also did the inconsiderate asshole kind of thing, but without spoiling too much, there are two characters of the main six that are worse than Twilight in my show. Which
Rarity, I'm guessing, because
I'll
she'll
let
be
you guess
the
away. I don't
opposite
want to
of
spoil
generous.
anything. I'll let you
And,
guess away. I don't want to spoil anything.
We're gonna subvert some expectations, and Applejack is gonna be like stupidly like asshole-ish.
I'll let you
Like she's
guess
gonna
away.
like
I
be
don't
like
want to spoil
brutally
anything.
honest. Oh no, well,
Stop
how am I
guessing.
supposed to not have anything spoiled? I play a role.
Because we're
in your
doing a
show.
podcast.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to spoil things for the people watching the podcast.
Hey guys, my show
Oh.
will eventually come out.
That
Eventually.
makes sense, actually.
Mine
I'm sorry.
will also come
I
out.
kind of forgot what we were doing here. I kind of just forgot that we were. like recording
Hey
a
guys,
podcast.
welcome to the professionals.
The professionals, let's go.
The show.
Welcome to the the show.
the show.
The
the show. Dude, I got
Welcome to
like,
the show.
the show, people. Yeah, baby, we're professionals. We've been recording for I think 3 hours.
Welcome to. Is he legally allowed to say that? The show.
Before it started.
Okay, so they go to the funeral. Everyone's a and
Wow, okay. You can't say that. You can't say that. You can't say
I'm
that.
Australian. I can say
What?
whatever I want.
You're my,
What can't you
my
say?
God.
What-
No,
what is it?
man.
What is it that we have a
Australian,
problem
that's
with?
considered a standard swear word over here.
Yeah. What is it that we have
Sorry.
a problem with him saying? Is that a bad word?
Yeah, that's the problem. Because
In,
I'm trying
in
to keep.
Australia, that word isn't normally considered to be that bad.
I
Yeah,
know,
it's
but
like
over
for
here
me,
it kind of
it's like
is.
it's like for me, I am gay, so I just call myself a all the time. It doesn't bother me.
You call yourself a cigar?
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Let's go.
Or a bundle of sticks?
Yeah, bundle of sticks.
No, or a really happy person.
Happy
So then
together.
Rainbow Dash goes
da,
to
da.
Rainbow Dash goes to what's her face's house. And let's skip this scene because I don't remember it.
What's
yeah,
her
I
then
don't
face?
she-
remember
and then
this
she
scene.
goes
Let's just
to-
skip it entirely.
Oh my
Not
God.
try to learn or anything.
No, you have to explain it to me. Basically, what's her face admits that she had a crush on her uncle. And that's
Bruh.
why her dad moved.
Okay, and then I think I like Dash's interaction with Twilight the most. It's probably my favorite scene.
I like the
Yeah,
interaction with
it's good.
Fluttershy in this.
Yeah, it's funny. I think Fluttershy was
Especially when they're talking about who's worse, Pony. Like,
Oh!
I'm worse, Pony. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. No, I'm sorry for being the worst.
Rainbow Dash gets teleported to Applejack. And fun fact, my mom actually came in the room while I was watching the scene, and she laughed. She literally thought this was funny. My mom. It was funny.
Or she wasn't laughing with you. I'm sorry, that was unnecessarily mean. I'm sorry.
Welcome to
Canceled
the show.
Cancelled again.
Cancelled
God.
again.
She wasn't laughing
Jesus,
with you.
this
She
is
was
an
laughing
Academy
at
record.
you.
You're not only setting a new Academy record, you're destroying the
Hey
Academy
guys,
record.
welcome to
Guys,
Academy
guys.
Recording.
Guys, I
I
think
think we
bronies
can
are
all
pretty
say that
gay.
we're all
We're all ain't we?
technically I'm not a brony, so or at least I don't consider myself one. Okay, well thanks for the awkward silence.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
Thanks so much.
Applejack. Applejack does a thing with.
Does a thing.
Yes.
A
I
thing.
don't remember what Applejack does.
Are you
I don't remember
serious?
the scene. I'm gonna have to watch
Are
it
you
again. Hang on.
serious? Dude, I think we can all admit we're all going insane. This is
Slowly.
the podcast on Now People Go.
Considering
People
I'm
watching
going.
this video, go back to the start of the video when we were somewhat sane and compare.
Yes,
Considering
yes,
I'm going on
please.
26 hours awake straight, I'm doing just great. Thank you.
Considering it's 1:16 in the morning and they got here at about like 11. Says something about
You
a
don't get to
person.
complain because it's only
I know.
it's only 1:16 in the morning for you. It is 4:16 in the morning. For you.
Oh my god, man!
It's for 16 for me.
Oh shoot! I probably shouldn't be screaming. My mom might be sleeping.
Okay, so
Watch, it's my mom.
Back to the plot of the episode. So Applejack tries to comfort Dash, but apparently that doesn't extend to physical comfort. So then Dash gets mad and follows her back home. And then
Dash, darn it, what did we do? I don't want to have to talk to my sister about that. What's to talk about? Just let's not.
I can hear that going through.
Somebody's trying to brush up on their knowledge.
We are so
we're gonna talk about the fact
Scootaloo is a
that
creepy perv, like she always
Apple and
is.
Scootaloo were looking at a website called Pornhub.
Gotta love it.
One time I accidentally got linked there.
Even though,
I
wait.
screamed.
I just realized something. See, I understand the creative name to get away with it, Hornhub, right? But like,
No,
regardless
no,
of whether they're ponies or
No.
not, wouldn't it still be
No.
called porn?
No, we're not getting into that. God,
Like
man.
Like it's
Oh God. Oh
In this
God.
scene, I like the joke where Applejack's just like, I like the joke where Applejack's just like, well, Scootaloo's parents probably don't want her knowing about things he's not ready for, and then she's just like, look at this one, baby, 12 inches. I love
it. I gotta.
No.
What timestamp
My
is that?
My mom laughed at that. My mom laughed at that.
I gotta
My
see.
mom seriously laughed at that. Also, my mom's asleep and I'm yelling.
Cool.
I have my door closed though, so hopefully she can't hear me. Whoever's gotta edit this, you have to make it PG-13, please.
And then Apple Bloom gets grounded from Scootaloo, and it's great. Then what happens? Dinky. Dinky.
Sleepover. Things. Jenga.
Jenga. Dinky and Jenga.
Jenga.
That's all that happens.
Jenga Fett.
Drakengard and Scootaloo appear. And Kirby gets
Amazing.
stuck.
And
Then they
this
sing a
thing-
song. Sinking Ships. This song is great.
This song is great. But you know what's greater? Have you heard of the one where they did a remix of Sinking Ships? Hang on, let me look it up real quick.
Sinking Ships is just like, it's genuinely, I feel like it's genuinely like uplifting. It's it's one of the most motivational songs I've ever heard of, and it came from a pony parody, which is great.
It's time for my 4:20 a.m. nicotine break. I'll be back in a few.
Have fun.
Oh.
Headphones.
Dude, whoever has to edit this is going to be hell for them. I can't have some of
It's
this
gonna be
stuff on
hell
my
for
channel.
anybody who even looks at this, whether edited or not.
I can't have some of this stuff on my channel, man. My channel's like supposed to be like PG-13.
PG-13.
Here's an idea.
Yeah.
Grow the f up.
I've seen the script for your first episode. That's at least MS.
I beeped out the bad words, Nick.
That's not enough. Your show is like,
Your show involves. Here's just a short list, okay? Schizophrenia
God,
and
no.
or insanity, deadly alcoholism.
Oh my.
Like you've also got you've
Wait.
also got a horse that is completely inside out. Like at least
Yeah,
judging
I
by the
don't-
title
I don't think
image.
it qualifies as PG-13. All
The,
right.
the criminally insane frequently make appearances, as
Just
well
MA.
Hey.
as well as
Just
like
embrace
just
the
saying
R rating. That's what I'm doing.
just saying frick and like flip and bleeping out anything that isn't those words doesn't make that not a thing. Your show is not
Look,
PG.
Look, here's a funny story. I
See,
showed this to my
this is
class.
see. Here's the thing. Okay, real quick
At
before I
I got in trouble. I got in trouble for showing it in class, and I genuinely felt bad. I genuinely felt bad because I thought they didn't like my show. And that's why I felt bad. Because I'm like, do they not like my show? Look, mate, I just try, okay?
We've been talking
I
about
try.
bittersweet for so long now. Like we've been on the bittersweet segment for so long. Let's get
'cause
on
we
with
keep-
it.
keep rambling.
Keep
Next
rambling.
one, next.
Look, like I said, we're all going insane. This is what's happening.
My favorite joke in the whole show is near the end of this episode. Okay, my favorite joke in the whole show. When Twilight smacks the dogs with the rock, and then Applejack's like, "Oh, we could have at least tried diplomacy," and then Twilight says, "Oh, we did do diplomacy. I traded a big rock for Rainbow Dash." That's great.
God.
All right,
Then,
so
then Verity's just like, "Yeah, that's a fair trade."
Yeah, fair.
we're gonna cover the shorts.
Nah,
All right, so
we here forever if we cover the shorts, and I haven't even seen them. So like,
okay. So
Basic
then that
one.
means we move
Sure,
on to
Alicorn Day. Twilight
right?
becomes a
This is
princess.
10.
Investment
We're just gonna
loss.
move on
Basically,
to-
the Bill Cosby pony gets cereal, gets a lot. Funny stuff happens. Budget impulse. Have you seen the animated where Celestia's a banana? Well, joke in there. And now the final episode. Thanks for what? Dear God. Dear God.
Dear mother heckin' Christ.
are we going to the Star in Yellow yet?
Star in yellow.
Next presents the Star in Yellow.
Next present.
Next horse related episode.
Last one. The last one.
And then it can finally go to
Colored
bed.
horses, then.
This one I had to watch this one like 3 times to understand what the hell was going on.
3
It's-
times. 3 times?
Yeah.
I don't understand Celestia's speech.
Celestia's
I
speech.
kind of get it.
I think Celestia's speech has many different interpretations, and I think that's the point. I think the correct interpretations of Celestia's speech is that you shouldn't be looking for subtext in Celestia's speech. Her speech at the end. I feel like it's trying to say don't look too deep into things.
Oh, I can't wait till this is uploaded. Oh my god.
It's kind of hard. It's hard for me not to do that. As
Can't
an
wait for you
analyst,
to get your PG-13 rating.
Yeah. I just look, my dad's fine with my show. Seriously. He's like, just keep it PG-13. Okay? I'm like, okay. He's like, alright. But he read my script and he said that it's fine. So
Well, here,
I'm calling it
I'll
PG-13. I don't care.
I'll give you some heavy bleep job to do. Here we go.
Please. No! God! Who's going to have to edit?
Celestia's speech,
God.
I feel like it's intentionally trying to sound smart without actually being smart. Celestia's speech is nothing, and that's the whole point. The whole
It's
point
supposed to be surface level.
Yeah, it's
basically
supposed to
a
be,
philosopher.
it's supposed to be contextless. It's supposed to not be looked into, and that's the whole point of the speech. She's talking about how subtext can, how
It's
subtext
saying
can change your perception of something
True.
and turn it for worse. So don't look for subtext. That's the whole point.
That makes
Are you
sense.
sure that's the point?
Yeah, the entire episode is about this children's book, right?
I'll be
About
right
a
back.
good girl and a
You
bad
guys
girl. And the good girl is good and she does good things. and she gets rewarded, and the bad girl is bad, and she does bad things, and she gets punished. And that's the story. That's all it is. But it's filled with so much stuff that could be interpreted as subtext. The message of this episode really does seem to be don't look for subtext when there isn't any.
True. But again, I think it's up to the interpretation of the viewer.
Yeah.
Isn't that how any form of media is?
Well, unless that the media is direct.
No, it's like it isn't like any form of media, whether it be audio visual, video, just visual. It's everything's up to the interpretation of who's consuming the product.
One of these days, I'll probably do an in-depth analysis of this episode, because this episode actually does have a lot of interesting in it.
Mm-hmm.
I might
Isn't
do
the
an
point?
in-depth
Isn't the
analysis.
point to not go in depth? Didn't we just discuss this?
Yeah, but that's not going to stop me.
Doing an in-depth analysis would just defeat the purpose, wouldn't it?
No, the message of the episode was don't look for subtext when there isn't any, but when there is subtext, which there clearly is in this episode. I mean, they don't have that entire subplot about Twilight being literally insane for nothing.
True.
Oh, speaking of literally insane, here's another tangent coming. I've recently read Asylum on one of the what is it? The fan fiction websites. That's a really good one. I'm ashamed it hasn't been finished.
What have I missed?
Nothing much, really.
I'm scared.
Having a good time.
I'm a shooting star, keep it to the sky with the diamond, the line of the gravity.
Alright.
Amazing. Everything you just said in that sentence is wrong.
I don't really want to say too much about this episode, because I actually do plan to do an analysis of this episode in the future.
Nice.
Like a proper one.
Yeah, but we gotta say it, because, like, we have to. It's part of the podcast.
I guess what we can do is just talk a little bit about the episode. Maybe talk a little bit about the voice acting, the art direction, whatnot.
Yeah.
Just kind of.
Oh, the art
Twilight
direction.
goes insane in this episode.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Twilight goes insane.
I've seen many interpretations of this episode which say that Twilight is supposed to represent the innocence of a child, or something like that. And I'm not exactly sure that's what they were going for, because she, at multiple points, she questions the integrity of the story. She questions the integrity of Yellow Star's story multiple times. So I don't think that's what they were going for.
Me either.
But I'll probably go more into that when I do my analysis of this.
If you do the analysis, you should cover some of the theories people were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then give like your own little theory or something.
Yeah, of agreement. Yeah.
Twilight representing the innocence of a child doesn't really make sense.
Not really.
Twilight representing an over cynical analysis of everything she reads.
Makes perfect sense.
Celestia and Luna are clearly meant to be a parallel to Yellow Star and Silver Crescent, but I'm not exactly sure what that means. So, again, I can't do my analysis here because I haven't actually really thought all this through yet. I haven't done enough thinking about this.
That's why we're just kind of skimming through it. We're not going to be.
There's a funny line in the middle section where Threat could die basically says, why do the adults do stupid stuff? And
Those
then
two
once
stupid
again,
things were stupid.
you wonder, hang on, if they can remember all this, then does that mean that they take place in reality or not?
I like how they leave. I like how they leave what's her face to just die. It's great. And then Twilight doesn't even kill her because she doesn't know who she is. It's amazing.
Yeah, I don't even know why she wouldn't know who she is. She's like, "Who are you?" I was like, "How did she not know what's her face?" I mean, come on, what's her face is a pretty important character. Hey, I have an idea of posting a teaser picture to my Twitter. It's like, what's her face? That's all it is. It just says, "What's her face is coming for you."
I like how Mario just consistently earns awkward silence.
What the fudge, guys? Am I really that cringe?
Yes.
Everybody starts off cringy at some point.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what, Nick? What?
I just found another good frame. Hang on. Just scrubbing through it, found another good frame. Hang on.
Kind of doing the same thing. Like,
By the way, you
Epic.
gotta edit these in. I'll probably edit these into the video. Austin, you can edit the audio. I'll edit the video. How about that?
Wait, I actually am editing. That was a joke. I
Oh,
don't,
okay.
I want to touch this shit with a 30
You sounded
39 and a half.
serious.
Oh.
You sound serious. I thought you were being serious, bro.
Dude, I'm smart enough to know what's a good project or not. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, frick.
You
Wait, I
think,
have a question.
yeah.
Who's going to draw the picture of, like, all of us? Do you want me to do it? You want to do it, Austin?
Draw the picture of all of us.
Yeah, because I was going to do a thing where, like, it would be like,
Oh, I know what Mario's
characters, and we'd just
Alright,
be
so Austin,
sitting on, like, a couch or something. We would all be like,
I can
Talking.
only draw horses. So send me
All right,
OCs and I can do it. But like,
Austin, here's what you're gonna do.
wait,
You're gonna
I
write
have
the
an
words
idea.
"all of us" on a couch. Literally, just write all
Oh
of
my
us.
God!
Put it on a couch, and you're done.
No.
see,
I have an idea.
I'm gonna
I
turn
have an
no,
Animate the entire thing. Imagine that.
No,
I just animate the entire thing.
no, I'm gonna write all
My
of us, but
God.
then use the words on a couch to draw out a couch.
Yes. Just on a couch. You just have us sitting and the words on a couch.
Except I'm pretty sure like 90% of us aren't on a couch at the moment.
No, I'm in a spinning chair. I mean, not standing.
I'm in a couch.
You're in a couch. What are you, a
Congrats.
folding bed?
I mean,
We're not even talking about the show anymore.
That's because
I
it's
think we're
done.
done.
We're over. We finished. Well, now we
I
can just
think
talk
we're
about
done.
other shit.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're done. We're
guys.
done with the reviews. Now we're
Wait,
just kind
wait.
of going on a tangent.
Well,
Okay,
bye.
wait, no, don't end it. I have to say
Aw.
the finishing line. In all, Rainbow
I
Dash
want this to be over so f***ing
Just
bad.
make it wait!
You're telling
Just
me
wait!
it's 4:30 in the morning.
Wait! I gotta say the
8:35 here.
ending line! There has to be an ending line! There has to be an ending line! And all Rainbow Dash
That's
presents,
way the
Get out!
go.
No!
If you like
Wait!
this video, please.
I need to say something!
This
Alright,
video is sponsored by
wait.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh my god!
Yes.
Stop!
Let's go.
Ah!
This video is sponsored by Raycon.
This video is sponsored by Raid. The spray. Not
You know,
the
I'm actually
game.
wearing Raycon earbuds right now. It's great.
Oh my gosh.
Hey
This
guys!
video is sponsored by Audible. If you can hear me right now, then you can probably hear an
I'm
audio
not.
from Audible.
Wow!
This
Yeah,
video
no,
is
I'm
sponsored by
currently
See,
listening
no,
to
see-
14
wait.
audiobooks
See, this
on
is-
Audible.
Guys,
Dude,
listen, hold on.
Guys,
Shut up. Hold on. This is Friendship as merchandise. I mean, how did you not expect that at the end of this podcast we were gonna have to dump a bunch of f***ing product placement at you?
yes.
Wow!
Dude, I'm
Wow.
currently listening to 14 audiobooks with my Raycon earbuds while playing Raid Shadow Legends on my phone.
Hey, Lugia Maze here. Are you tired of
Stuff getting stuck too close.
Are you tired?
Billy
of
Mays
the
here.
VCR?
Billy Mays here. Are you tired of using your f***ing eyeballs? Then download Audible and listen to your books instead.